anxiety attacks,
Yes,
but it sounds costly. So when it came to funding the business, was it just out of pocket, loans, crowd, like family and friends pitching in? Like,
everything. Pretty
Okay.
much everything. Our savings, family, loans, credit cards. We literally, before we started, we had to build a plan. Obviously, we can't jump out the window without a plan of how much money it is going to cost to
Right.
start the business. So we did that, which is why we knew we could not afford to build the bathroom. So again, we took a leap of faith because this was the best location. But that wasn't in our budget to build the bathroom.
And I think that it's the biggest myth that they say, the banks will give you money. You can get a small business loan. When you first open up a business, you do all your paperwork, you get registered. So that takes about a couple of months to get done. So your doors don't open just because you have a new business. And so the banks don't want to hear that. Just because, milk and cookies exist, but when did you open the doors? When did you begin making money? And so you have to prove, and that takes years to prove that your company is grossing this amount and now I'm qualified to take a loan. So they're just not giving away money. It's very hard to get a loan from banks, like a small business loan, just to let you know.
So when it came to saving, because you have your children, your regular life, rent, but you have to save for the business. Were there any guilty pleasure sacrifices that you had to cut off that you want to share?
Absolutely.
Shopping.
Your whole lifestyle.
Shopping.
Yeah, shopping,
You have to
living the bare minimum, because sometimes we were taking our salaries and we were putting it toward the business. That's the reality. So, yes, everything.
And so the best way that worked for us was treating it like a bill. So every pay period, we would dump money into a shared bank account. So before we actually really got started, which we registered the business a year before we actually opened. So we took that year to plan out, and we opened a bank account together. So every pay period, that was our obligation. Whether we dumped in 1,000, whether we dumped in 1,500, we always matched each other. So that was a dedication, because we felt like if you wait to do monthly or bi-monthly, it would never happen.
Right.
So it became, we had to change our lifestyle. We both was working in the city at that time, so not really getting lunch, in the city.
At home, bringing lunch to work.
Yes, in the city,
eating
you
at the
easily
restaurant.
spend $15, $20 on lunch. Not shopping, buying shoes and bags, because, come on.
You came from a fashion industry too.
That was, not going on vacation, having to skip a year, with your friends and outings. So we made a dedication to ourselves that and to each other that we would, dump money in.
But but doing that together, y'all had someone to lean on.
Right.
Like, yo, girls, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are you cooking?
You really need.
And I cook the most, and I'm the youngest. Okay, she is, and she eats the most.
And you know what? And I have 2 children, and I'm like,
whatever.
this is too much. I can't do all this. I cannot cook. So you could cook. I'll come over. We'll bring the kids, and we'll just eat there.
Good family.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. So being cousins and being in business, I could tell you have like a great, strong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But when it came to being in business, what did y'all bump heads on?
That at some point, sometimes it's challenging because with her having children, me, I'm single. I don't have any children. So the workload became very heavy, and so sometimes you want people to do things when you want them to do it. So you learn that it doesn't work that way. But you have to give each other responsibilities. So I've learned that instead of getting frustrated, listen, here's what you got to do. So
Gotcha.
She has her own timeline now at this point versus, when we have things to do and I'm doing it because I'm quick, I'm working all night, I'm up 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm nonstop working. Meanwhile, she sleeps, she's getting ready, with her children. Right. So just learning to balance that out and giving her, responsibilities too, where we kind of balance it out, which means she has her own time to work on it. And it needs to be submitted at a certain time. But, in the beginning was a bit challenging because I was always ready to go. I was a firecracker, nonstop working. I didn't sleep. I would be working all night.
And I think for me, because I had children, it's finding balance. Sometimes, I have to give to the kids. Sometimes I'm working in the daytime and I'm trying to do things for Milk and Cookies on my day job. And then after the kids go to sleep, I'm exhausted. But then I'm trying to finish up what I have to do for Milk and Cookies. And I remember this one day we were at your house and our cousin was there. And we were talking about the packages, and building the concept. And our cousin looked at us because she and I were arguing over, no, this don't sound good. No, this package fits right. And our cousin was just looking at us. And then, we were just arguing back and forth. And then it all came together. And we were like, okay, well, how does this sound? And then it all came together. And we were just normal, but it's like a sister bond, like a sibling bond. You fight, you fuss, you love each other, and you keep it moving at the end of the day.
It's not malice. It's just
we definitely had some fights along the way, and then 5 minutes later we're normal. But it's weird. Like you don't want to be around in those fights because it's like, yo, don't even talk to me. Like
that's it.
No,
like, don't talk to me.
Yo, how did other family members deal with that?
Mind their business.
Right. That's it.
Mind your business.
And I think that everybody does a good job at staying out of it, and then we thug it out, and it occurs, and we keep it moving.
It's like let us have our moments of fight right now, but just stay out of it. Don't even, because then if you jump in it, then you getting it too.
Right.
That kind of a thing. So we fight real quick, and then we hash it out, and then at the end of the day, it has to be a solution though.
Right.
So okay, so what are you doing? And then it gets done, but we've definitely had our fights.
So